Welcome back. For events on Wednesday of the last week before Jesus' crucifixion, I'm reading from the Gospel of Mark, chapter 14. Now the chief priests and the scribes were looking for a way to arrest Jesus by stealth and kill him. For they said, "Not during the festival, or there may be a riot among the people." While Jesus was at Bethany in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at the table, a woman came with an alabaster jar of very costly ointment of nard, and she broke open the jar and poured the ointment on his head. But some were there who said to one another in anger, "Why was this ointment wasted in this way? For this ointment could have been sold for more than 300 denarii, and the money given to the poor." And they scolded her. But Jesus said, "Let her alone. Why do you trouble her? She has performed a good service for me. For you always have the poor with you, and you can show kindness to them whenever you wish. But you will not always have me. She has done what she could. She has anointed my body beforehand for burial. Truly I tell you, wherever the good news is proclaimed in the whole world, what she has done will be told in remembrance of her." Then Judas Iscariot, who was one of the 12, went to the chief priests in order to betray him to them. When they heard it, they were greatly pleased and promised to give him money. So he began to look for an opportunity to betray him. I understand that nard is an expensive perfume with an enticing smell. In the Song of Songs, which is Solomon's, the woman puts on nard to attract her lover to her. Now, why this unnamed woman, some claim that it was Mary Magdalene and some that it was Mary, the sister of Martha of Bethany, I find it intriguing that Mark says that the story will be told forever in her memory and then doesn't bother to tell us her name. Well, anyway, this woman had this vial of nard, and why she had it is an interesting question. But anyway, she did. And this perfume could doubtless have given her a lovely fragrance on many, many occasions. Instead of using it that way, to anoint herself for many evenings out, perhaps, she poured all of it on Jesus in one go. Something she could have used for herself, she gave instead to the Lord. Now, you heard the criticism of her, that she could have sold it for 300 denarii. 300 denarii would be approximately a year's wages for a working person. That she could have sold it and given the money to the poor. Isn't it the case that no matter what you do, someone is going to criticize you for it? Especially if what you do appears to have no practical purpose. Now, Jesus found a practical purpose. She's anointed my body for its burial. I doubt that that's what she was thinking. She saw Jesus. She was overwhelmed by her sense of love and appreciation for him. And she did something beautiful. She has done what she could, Jesus said. A Presbyterian minister from Scotland named J.P. Struthers, much of his career, he edited a magazine for children. He once said that Christians should occasionally do a bonny thing. A bonny thing. That is, do something beautiful that doesn't have to mean a lot, doesn't have to have a practical purpose. I agree. This woman did a bonny thing for Jesus. And she was, of course, criticized for it. You'll probably be criticized too. But don't let that stop you. Do a bonny thing for somebody.